You should not read small modular reactors. Okay, what is the energy output? On the basis of a low energy output, it is defined as small modular reactors. Modular reactors, okay, the technical aspect of why it is called modular. This is one. But we have to also situate the significance of small modular reactors in the energy basket of India. Okay. The overall energy basket of India will constitute nuclear energy. As a part of that nuclear energy, small modular reactors will drive this nuclear contribution to the energy basket in India. And this energy basket in India, how do we determine? This is also very important. Please understand this. Okay. The energy basket, what are the constituents of an energy basket for a low carbon future for India? This is what it is. We will do a chapter on energy technology where I will be setting the context. And in all of the chapters, I'll set the context. This is okay. This is very easy. For this, I will give you a set of characteristics of small modular reactors. Very easy to understand, but that should not be your focus. Okay. Although that is important, no doubt, but you have to situate the significance of why everybody is talking about small modular reactors. Okay. And therefore, you have to situate small modular reactors in the larger energy basket for India. A vision for a low carbon future has certain constituents of energy basket for India. And nuclear is going to be, okay. And how do we determine this constituent? Okay. Although there was a committee that was set up to determine this constituent. Kya hona chahiye? Energy basket India ka kya hona chahiye? Okay. Somebody said 50-50, 50-500, they said. 50-500 ka matlab 50% of your energy basket should be from renewables. Okay. Then they said by 24, and this is by what time? 2030. By 2047, okay, after the Amrit Kal, 2047, this vision is 85%. This is already set by the government, renewable energy. Okay, and renewable energy for India means solar and wind. Or kuch nahi hai. Don't treat geothermal energy, you will hear of, okay. Smaller hydroelectric projects you will hear of. They are also classified as renewable, but they will not contribute to a big part of this 85%. 85% में maximum solar ही होगा भाई. At best, a bit of wind, maybe 15-20% of wind, but rest everything will be solar. Has to be solar. Okay. So there was a committee which was set up to understand, okay, or to say that this is the constituent of a energy basket for a low carbon future India. Is that clear? And now, okay, and the committee has not come out with the report as of now. We don't know. But it is not very hard for us to guess. You can look at the policies of the government, okay, or the policies of the other governments. Good things we have to learn from anyone, okay. And in accordance with all of that, we can guess what this is going to be. This cannot be coal, okay. This cannot be coal. I'll tell you how to determine this energy basket. It cannot have coal, but it can't be rid of coal because today, 75% of your total energy, okay, is contributed by coal. Energy consumption का मतलब ये जो board चल रहा है, okay, this needs electricity, yes or no? If I calculate that, so therefore it has got some input of electricity. If I see the composition of this electricity that this board is getting or this light is getting, okay, 64 is from coal. Okay, coal is driving 64% of the energy that this board is consuming today. This is energy consumption. We talk about what is called as total primary energy consumption. Okay. Energy production, we have reduced. Coal is still about 50%, little more than 50% of production. But consumption, abhi bhi coal zyada hai. Between production and consumption, what is the difference? So many things we have to figure out. That we'll do at part of energy technology. We'll see. Okay. But I want you to think like this. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, when I look at anyway, so can this be a part of coal? Okay, can coal be a part of this? If 70% or 64% of the energy that this board is consuming is coming from coal, and if I shut down all the coal power plants, okay, can I replace that 64% with the alternatives? First, I have to have a replacement. Only then I can replace. So coals, you understand what I'm saying? समझ में आ रहा है? Yes or no? So coal cannot, we can't rid this basket of coal. Yes, coal will be there. Okay, so we have to phase down coal, not phase out coal. Not possible. ठीक है, आज के लिए not possible. 2030 not possible. 2047 also not possible. When we were determining this energy basket, nuclear becomes a very important component, especially as a replacement to coal, and I'll tell you why. We have to appreciate that also. Solar cannot replace coal. I'll tell you why also. Okay, so many things. Anyway, my point is, if nuclear has to replace coal, so nuclear is important. Today, nuclear is contributing less than 10%. Okay, less than 5%, actually. Primary energy consumption, less than 5%. Production, less than 10%. Okay, so something which is less than 10%, I am thinking of it as an alternative to something that is more than 60%. Batao. Are you able to follow this or not? And nuclear energy, our journey of nuclear energy started way back, 1950s. Okay, the first reactor, Apsara, they call beautiful. Okay, Nehruji saw the reactor. It is called, okay, it was a swimming pool reactor, doesn't matter. Thoda show off bhi karunga beach mein. Okay, so don't mind. But Apsara, it was a swimming pool reactor, blue color. Okay, swimming pool is blue. So the reactor is dipped in it, and he saw a beautiful image, and he said, "Arey, Apsara bulao usko." ठीक है, newspaper में तो पढ़ रहा है. First reactor was 1953, Apsara, doesn't matter. My point is, 1956 we have started our journey, still continuing, and I'm still contributing 8% or 9% to the energy basket. Okay, so what we did not do in 75 years, how are we expecting it to be the case in 7 years, 5 years now? 7 years, I say 2023 में हूँ अभी भी. So, okay, 2030 में अगर, okay, this has to increase. So 2047, they have a target, correct? 2030 and 2047, important dates for targets. Keep that in mind. So how am I going to do? Okay. Now, India's vision is that small modular reactors will drive this nuclear transformation. Is that clear or not? I haven't even started the topic. इसको खत्म करो, नहीं चाहिए. ये सब बाद में अच्छे से आ जाएगा. Okay. This will know. But my point is, if you don't understand the significance of small modular reactor, it's not about, okay, small modular reactor ka power output will be 10 megawatt to 200 megawatt, okay, whatever that is, doesn't matter. It will take very less time to set it up. It is modular, so doesn't matter. I don't even remember now. Okay. But the significance of it is this. Is that clear or not? Okay. In line with this, India, okay, we know that nuclear is going to, okay, for now, okay, you take this. Nuclear is going to replace coal as the base load, whatever that means. Okay. We'll talk about this in a bit. Okay. Solar cannot replace. So coal is contributing maximum to the base load, whatever this means. I don't know what it means. Okay. Base load is the minimum requirement at any point of time in the day for the country. You understand my point? Okay. See, I was just back in Delhi this week. Okay. Very humid. Not for the temperature, but for the humidity, I need to switch on the AC. Okay. Back in March, I had to put on the AC throughout the day. Okay. Especially in the afternoons. Correct. Afternoon mein kya hoga? Your energy demand, if I see, okay, it will be like this, it will be like this. Suddenly it will increase in Delhi at some point of time in the day. Then again it will come back. Okay. Again increase. Otherwise I cannot sleep. So on and so forth. You understand? Here, if I just, this is a simple example. Here, what is the minimum requirement if I ask you at any point of time in the day of energy? This is the level, yes or no? Whatever that number is, it doesn't matter. Okay. Can I call this the peak load? Can I call this the base load? Is that clear or not? ये जो है, whatever it is, 0 to 100, let's say. Okay. And this is say 130. This is the minimum requirement at any point of time in the day. At some point of time, I need to increase. At some point of time, I need to decrease. Okay. Maybe I will decrease it a little more. Okay. But, or rather, not this. I'll decrease it to this level. But finally, I need at least this much. You understand or not? Someone may. This is clear or not? Base load. This is peak load. Okay. Don't think about green energy. अरे solar replace कर देगा. क्या? My question should be, okay, is solar suitable for this? First thing. Renewable energy, is it suitable for this? Renewable energy, is it suitable for this? Okay. If it is suitable, not suitable. If it is not suitable, then what else? That is how I need to look at the alternatives. Alternatives cannot be coal ko khatam karo, solar banao. Ye to, okay, we are doing it before giving the exam. Okay, as civil service aspirant, okay, or as a well-educated youth, forget civil service aspirant, इतना बड़ा चीज भी नहीं है. Okay, जो नहीं कर रहे हैं वो मतलब अच्छे नहीं है क्या? वो भी अच्छे भाई. A well-educated youth should be thinking about, fine, I need to look at alternatives, but okay, what the alternative I'm looking at, is it suitable for the need? You understand my point? So many factors we need to consider. And for now, nuclear is going to, okay, now in our conversation, nuclear should replace coal, as coal is dominating the base load. For whatever reason, I will tell you about it. Okay. And coal has to be phased down. Okay. Cannot be phased out. In the long run, we have to phase it out. Okay. Why we should phase out coal? Whenever you look at energy technology, which energy technology should use? Okay, two things you have to keep in mind. Actually, three things you should keep in mind. Okay, whenever choice of energy. Okay, अभी topic ही चालू कर दिया मैं. Okay, let me point them out. Choice of energy. Okay, three factors, very, very important. What are the three factors? Pollution है भाई. Let us take, okay, factors in the short run, in the medium run, and in the long run. ठीक है. Long run, what is the challenge? Carbon emissions. Correct. Carbon emissions, and therefore, okay, global warming. So therefore, here carbon intensity or carbon emission intensity. ठीक है. Second factor. Longer run. Okay. This is also short run, medium run, long run. But one more thing is, especially in the transportation sector, we will see 80% of our transportation fuel, if we are dependent on imports. Okay, as a result, we are vulnerable to the geopolitical shocks. Okay, and especially in the Middle East, nobody is interested in Middle East today. Back in 80s, 70s, 80s, people were interested in Middle East. Okay, primarily for oil. After US found its own source of oil, okay, in its own backyard, what is called a shale, you'll hear of. Okay, it was no more interested. Okay, Russia has become a very big gas economy. Okay, after that, it is not interested. Although Russia still has some interest in Middle East, US also has got their vestiges. Last bit is left over in Middle East. बाकी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता Middle East के बारे में. That's why everybody wants to wash their hands out of Middle East, get out of it. Okay. Regardless, we depend, more than 80% of our energy needs depend on, okay, imports. And throughout our post-independent history, we are vulnerable to the global geopolitical situation. Okay, and Middle East being Middle East, very fragile. And therefore, our energy bill, okay, energy bill, we don't know when we budget, okay. Government budget is very different than your budget. Your budget, how you design? मेरे पास कितना आ रहा है, उसके बाद कितना जाएगा? Yes or no? First you decide how much is coming, then you will decide, okay, how much should go out. Government budget उल्टा है, कितना खर्चा करना है उसके बाद I will decide. So this is, okay, deficit oriented budget. That's why you have deficit. Economy mein you will study. Are you able to follow this or not? This is the beginning point of budgeting for government. First it will talk about expenses, कितना expenditure करना है. Then it will say how much I have now. Then therefore how much I will borrow. Okay, which is what is fancily called fiscal deficit. Is it clear or not? Keep that aside. So therefore, ballooning fiscal deficit, okay, and especially driven by what is called as current account deficit. Current account deficit is how much we owe in foreign currency to someone else, in foreign currency. And the moment we have a huge debt in foreign currency, remember, I'm dependent on that country. You understand? We've just come out of independence. We have come out of colonialism. Okay. We have become independent. We want to become self-sufficient or not? First thing is self-sufficient. भाई किसी और के ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं करना है. ठीक है, भगवान ने ठेका लेकर रखा है मेरा, तुमने नहीं, किसी ने नहीं. ठीक है. This is what India is. Anyway, I don't know what this. Okay, whether you appreciate the last statement, we'll keep it for society class. ठीक है, अच्छी चीज है. So कहाँ था? So many things I kept and then forget. So the third factor, or actually the first factor in the shorter run, is import dependence. Is that clear or not? If we are too dependent on our energy needs for import, particularly in the transportation, that is also a factor we need to consider to become self-sufficient. Okay. So what is it that will replace, especially oil? Okay. I told you coal, India is has a huge resource of coal. Still we depend on imports for coal. Abhi newspaper mein padha na, last week you've read one line, yes or no? One news I have given. From where? Russia? Yes or no? Are yes or no? अबे रशिया वाला न्यूज पढ़ा था, ट्रम्प जी जो है, okay, putting pressure on India. Yes or no? In that you read or not? Coal dependence on Russia, correct? Still import dependent on coal also. Forget about oil. Oil to hey, 85% of our oil needs are coming from outside. But even for coal, okay. So we need to look at these factors to look at the alternatives. Okay, this is how I look at the alternatives. That's all, simple. Or kuch nahi, bhai. Okay, now the structure is there with you. You understand or not? The moment you think about alternatives, you should think about these factors. Okay, are we dependent on import? Is it polluting? Pollution is one of the top 10. Why pollution? वो भी हवा में नहीं है. WHO has recognized air pollution, ambient air pollution, we'll talk about, as one of the top 10 health threats of this decade. Air pollution. That is why air pollution I've taken. Is it clear or not? Okay, people in Delhi will know. Okay, now it is cleanest July. Okay, cleanest July. Delhi is cleanest ho chuka bhai. Wherever I go, pollution is following. I come to Bangalore, pollution has come to Bangalore. What? ठीक है, मेरा किस्मत है. Too much about myself, but yeah, I'm too full of myself. चलो, कोई नहीं. Is this clear or not? अरे yes or no? बताओ. तो anyway, be that as it may, ये भी नहीं चाहिए, ये सब अच्छे से आएगा बाद में. Okay. So when I look at nuclear technology, I look at nuclear technology is outgoing coal, incoming nuclear technology, nuclear energy. ठीक है. Within this nuclear energy, okay, so nuclear energy should replace coal as the base load. समझ में आया? Within this nuclear energy, we are thinking about what in nuclear energy. अगर nuclear energy replace करना था, तो 75 साल क्या हो रहा था? 75 years, what was happening then? Valid question. Okay, so therefore there were some challenges to nuclear energy. Okay, we'll see the new challenges also. Okay, to overcome those challenges, To make nuclear energy drive the energy basket, particularly for base load, the vision of India is small modular reactors. Is this clear or not? Are yes or no? In line with this, you see in the budget 2025-26, India set itself a target of achieving, okay, given the importance of nuclear technology, okay, ये तो important है ही भाई, तो इंडिया भी कुछ करना चाहेगा ना, something India will also do. What is India doing therefore? This is why budget में है, okay, 2025 budget, 2025-26, okay, the union budget announced a target for India of achieving 100 gigawatt, okay, whatever this is, 100 gigawatt from nuclear energy. ओके 100 गीगावाट है तो अप्रिशिएट 100 गीगावाट बोल रहा है इंटरनेट करके ओके अभी कितना है ओके दिस अबाउट 8 गीगावाट नाउ 75 इयर्स 8 गीगावाट 2047 200 गीगा कैसे हो सकता भाई बता मोदी जी कर सकते हैं यस और नो अरे यस और नो मगर मन का बात है ठीक है दिस इज माय विशफुल थिंकिंग 100 गीगा अरे नहीं समझ में आ रहा है ओके हाउ इज इट दिस इज 8 दिस इज 100. Okay, but if I have set a policy, it should be some, okay, it's based on some logic. Okay, the logic is that this small, what was not possible with our battery of nuclear reactors that we have today, big reactors, 22 reactors are functional in India today. Okay, 22 nuclear reactors are functional, not small modular, very big reactors. Okay, big reactors. What was not possible by those big reactors would be possible by small modular reactors, at least in our vision. ठीक है? Is this clear or not? And therefore, we need to understand small modular reactor. What makes small modular reactors special to achieve this goal? Okay. A more realistic, I don't see even that as a realistic goal or a precursor to this. This was the target set up, okay, in 2025-26, the union budget. Okay. But a precursor to this, last year, okay, India attended an international nuclear conference, whatever the name is, I don't remember, okay, under the aegis of UN only. So, एक conference हुआ है. So, India, okay, the foreign secretary was there and he declared, India gave a statement, okay, very important. When such statements are given, those statements you have to see that depicts India's vision in that sector, okay. Now you'll be reading about BRICS, correct? Okay, so keep an eye on that. And India's vision for nuclear energy, okay, in that conference last year was we'll increase it by 3 times. Okay. 8 gigawatt, actually, I like 7, I think. 7 actually. Okay. 3 times we wanted to increase it by 3 times. Okay, by 2030. By 2030, 3 times. Okay. 5 years, 6 years, our vision was to triple it. Okay. And this is by 2047. Okay. From here to here itself is a task. Okay. And from here to here, कैसे होगा भाई? Okay. And India's vision is small modular reactors. Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? Okay. And this is what I need you to keep in mind when we do issue-based. This is what we mean by issue-based, and more I have to talk about. How is it possible? This is the significance. I've just situated the importance of small modular reactors. Okay. It is in line with the policy. And in addition, we have to understand now what makes this small modular reactor special. How is it sought to be achieved? Is this clear or not? Okay. How is it sought to be achieved? Do we have the capacity really to build so many reactors to achieve this target of 30 gigawatt? For now, let's keep 30 gigawatt. Yes or no? 100 gigawatt, बहुत बड़ी बात हो गई. Is this clear or not? Okay. Any questions so far? ओके, दिस इज जस्ट अ टॉपिक, तो ये टॉपिक करना है, अभी नहीं किया है, ठीक है? इज दिस क्लियर? वन मोर थिंग, ओके, सो little, see, it's good thing about current affairs and weekend is it'll change the flavor for you. पॉलिटी पढ़ पढ़ के बोर हो गया नहीं? मैं तो बोर हो जाता। ओके, पॉलिटी, ज्योग्राफी, आई डोंट नो, आई डोंट लाइक, you don't have a choice, so flavor will change little bit, yes or no? So this is one. Similarly, okay, one of the biggest things that happened the last month is also for the first time, okay, and I'll come back to this also more, okay, more. Do we have the capacity to do this? That's what my question is. We will see, or how are we going to do it? Okay, that's the question we need to ask, and we have a very important component there. We'll see. Very similar to this, okay. I'll add one more statement, just last statement, okay. Confuse हो रहा है तो बता दें. One statement I'll add. भाई गवर्नमेंट का काम नहीं है ये, इतना बड़ा बड़ा चीज नहीं कर सकता गवर्नमेंट, ओके. गवर्नमेंट कैपेसिटी, especially neoliberal governments, okay. Governments are there to steer, okay, to show you the direction, okay, to be in places where private will not be there. Is it clear or not? Just fill the gaps. But large scale commercialization of these technologies will always be done by privatization. Okay? That is why you are looking at the news you have read these days is about privatization of nuclear technology. And therefore, what are the amendments that are required in the nuclear technology laws in India? Is that clear or not? One article 2 days back, 23rd, if I remember correctly, I've given you one text and context page. Mein. Remember? Did you read that article? No? No problem. We'll figure it out. Okay. That article spoke about, and many articles these days, and you will keep reading about it this year, next year, sab padta rahega. Okay. You'll keep reading how private sector will come and participate in small modular reactor. Okay. Private participation will be there. Is this clear or not? Okay. Another very important sector where private participation, this is yet to come. For this, some laws have to be amended. Okay. For this, very important, because very sensitive. Nuclear fuel is very sensitive. Okay. Because the same technology is used for making weapons also. Same thing. जो reactor में use कर रहा है, उसी को थोड़ा सा change करके you can use it as a weapon also. Okay. So therefore, very sensitive. Very sensitive. Okay. As a result, private participation has not happened as of now, but we are now talking about private participation in nuclear technology. But even in nuclear technology, small modular reactor. So while this private participation is very sensitive, we have to figure out, and therefore a lot of things are happening and will happen. You will keep reading the news about it. Another very important sector where private participation has already happened, okay, particularly in the last 4 to 5 years, is space technology. Okay, even space technology, and I will talk about all the journey of all technologies. Any technology doesn't matter. Okay, biotechnology, space technology hai, nuclear technology hai. What is going to be the journey of these technologies? I will talk about. Okay. But before that, I want to mention what is being envisioned for nuclear technology, private participation now, has already happened in space technology, and in line with that, a very significant development happened where a private company is now going to manufacture rockets. Okay. For this, hand holding is done by someone who already knows, has the technological know-how.